I am Eva Papamargariti. I am an artist, and in my practice I use a variety of mediums like sculptural installations, printed material and moving image in order to explore processes that are in the gray zone, in the middle zone, let's say, between digital space and material realities. I'm very interested in processes also that are related to the shifting and construction of our identities through our online presence, such as the creation of our vernacular language that we use on the internet, for example, avatars, and all sorts of imagery that, in a way, composes our everyday experience. During my first visit, I was actually really surprised about how massive and monumental the Zollverein buildings are, like the buildings of the complex, like of the coke plant and everything, like the mixing plant. For me, it's like, this is another type of organism. It's a kind of an industrial organism that is now, of course, in a, it has shifted its identity in a way because it's no longer in use in this form like it used to be. But I like to think as well that it is a new beginning in a way, and it's a new opportunity for those systems like the natural system and this industrial system to start writing again, like the mutual history. So I'm quite interested in how, like the traces and the all these signs that these operations of mining have left into the landscape. And I'm exploring that in my project as well. So in a way, I am trying to create this new liminal type of ecosystem where traces from the history of the site are colliding and starting to coexist with the natural elements of the surrounding area. So I started scanning elements of the natural world around the area, like textures, like plants, like fungi, like trees, even the soil that still has this kind of dark matter, that is very vibrant in the surrounding hills. So for me, this is also part of the history of the area, because all these elements have absorbed, like in a way, the processes that have been happening all those years. I am recording, like obsessively, elements that exist here right now, and sometimes they are natural elements, sometimes they are elements that are part also of the building infrastructure, like different kinds of textures that are showing like the corrosion of materials, and also this kind of brutality that these buildings have had. But also another big part of the project is the aspects of what has happened in the past. And I have been also researching different kinds of fossils and organisms that have, like lived in the area and have been extracted during the mining procedures. And some of those are also in the Ruhr Museum. Actually, this is a big part of the theoretical context of the work as well, what becomes unhidden during procedures that the human hand, let's say, is extending towards the nature.